Hey guys, Jengar here. Today it is time to take a look at the BF-109 K-4 with a 20mm cannon. Yes, finally I have time for this. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna take the plane out in realistic battle and we'll see how it performs. I'll see you in the match. Hey guys, so here we are in the match. We have been climbing and the plane has fantastic climb rate. The roll rate is pretty acceptable, and only after I flew it this day, after talking to some of my squadron mates, I heard that using some rudder while you roll can help. I'll have to do some investigating on that later on. Now if you look at how much you went over the red line here, it goes into red line at about 760, 770, and I went up to 830, and I even used full elevator but nothing else. Full elevator to get out of that dive. The plane suffers from pretty extreme control stiffening at higher speeds. We still could get out though, because of course we started to try to get out of the dive very early on. Now here we try to go after this P-51, but he does have too much energy and he's making evasive moves. I don't want to waste any of my ammo. Of course, the K-4 now offers a 20mm cannon in its setup, and it offers you some more rounds and some very effective rounds. Some very effective rounds, I have to say. I love the MG151. It's one of my favorite 20mm guns in the game. Of course, you're a little bit underpowered at this tier. That's why this thing had its battle rating reduced to 5.3 in the recent, well, what's recent, but in the last changes. And it really is necessary. You're facing Griffins and stuff like that at its old battle rating. I believe this thing was 6.0, and yeah, 213mm and 120 or 130 as it used to be versus 420 so many of the other planes you face. It's not too brilliant. Of course, also the K-4 is a modern plane pressed into an old frame. I mean, the frame was designed in 36, and at the end of the war, in this version, the limitations of that were really felt. The top speed is not that great compared to the newer designed fighters that it was facing, and it was also lacking a little bit in maneuverability. Although it is a light fighter, a small fighter with a big engine in a light frame, which gives it a nice climb rate and good acceleration. Energy retention is decent, but there is only so much one can do with an airframe from 36, even with improvements to it. It's still a nice plane to fly. You feel very much in control in the plane. Good elevator authority. Roll rate can be a little bit touch and go now and then, but overall maneuverability is pretty nice, I have to say. The plane really is an energy fighter with good boom and zoom capabilities as well. This really isn't a plane you want to turn with, but if you're in a tight situation, the maneuverability of the plane can surprise many an opponent, which is quite nice. Firepower is alright. I mean, the MG151, like I said, is a good cannon, but you only have one, and compared to a lot of the other planes, they have better firepower, but that's life. You gotta aim right, and if you aim right with this plane, the 13mm have some good effect as well. I'm using the IAI belts on the 13mm, which is the most effective belt for me, and I'm using the air targets on the 20mm. Now the D30 is somewhere up in the clouds, and I decided I have to shoot them. That the other guy flying towards their base there is critically damaged. I'm pretty sure he's going down, and this Wyvern is the only guy I can see, so I am not going to chase the D30 into the clouds. That's a bit useless. Of course, the D30 can take advantage of this. And there goes the Spitfire. He should be critically, should be going down. And there is the D30 coming in. If that Spitfire goes down, we have 4 kills. And this D30, yeah, there he goes. This D30 is the last guy. This is the 1 versus 1 for the match. And I rolled the intuitive way in the beginning. You saw me roll one side, I decided I changed it to the other side. That was a mistake. You'd have kept rolling to the side. I was starting to roll in there, and I might have gotten a better shot at that first pass, where he overshot and he could go straight up, and because I rolled the other way, I couldn't roll back. Mistake made. Now in the disadvantage. He doesn't seem to be overshooting. That's why I used a little bit of web here and there. Actually too much web. That's a mistake as well for me. Not my best executed fight there. 4 kills in this match and I lose the fight. Good fight from that guy. He didn't overshoot. Good control. D30 is also a fantastic plane. Second match for you today. In Norway we are, and we have climbed to up to about 8,000 meters. Like I said, fantastic climb rate on the plane. We are accelerating up into this what is it? It's a D20. Take off the left wing for the kill. We take the plane up into the vertical. We have the Spitfire close as well. There's a lot of guys there very low. A lot of Spitfires low to the ground. That should be nice. I had one of my squadron mates in the battle here by accident. Coralie. And not queued up or not in a squad, but just accidentally queued up for at the same time. Pretty nice. And the Spitfire is coming up here. Let's see if we can get a shot. He was after our ally there. Take a little bit more lead. Yeah, there he goes. Crit on the aileron. That's not gonna kill him yet though. Then we're gonna need another pass on him. And there we have the 2 P-51s that Coralie pointed out. They're pretty high. They have an energy advantage, and we are in the altitude where those things have their engines purring in pure joy. The perfect altitude for those guys. It's also a good altitude for me, but I'm not gonna fight 2 P-51s at this altitude. That's not gonna end well. Okay, the Spitfire is coming up. We're gonna get a deflection shot here. Take the right lead. And there he goes. Second. Second kill. We've got a third P-51 coming from altitude. A Typhoon. A little bit on our right in the front. 10 o'clock we would say. And the P-51 is definitely coming for us. The Typhoon is focused on somebody else and seems to be... Yeah, that Focke-Wulf. He's focused on that Focke-Wulf. He's chasing him. Looks like. The 2 P-51s that were on extreme altitude are gone. We outran the P-51 here and we decide to make a little loop and go for him. Okay, let's see what he wants to do. Is he going up? We don't have that much energy to follow him, but we have a little bit here. No, he's coming for a head-on. Okay, we're going for it. We're going balls deep, let's say. We do get him there, but we are mortally wounded here. We've got a dead engine almost. As we went back to the airfield, we're surprised to hear somebody behind him. I heard him here. Tried to roll to the right, wasn't working. The plane was too damaged, so I dipped the plane down and let the left wing drop to the left, and that was enough to shake him off. And I'm trying to control the plane here first and then look to what it was. It was a P-47 coming from altitude as well. So there were more enemies on altitude than I thought. The plane is not in a good state. This is a very light frame. It doesn't take well to damage. doesn't really do well with damage. You really are in trouble if you get hit. This Typhoon is coming down here and he's going for the guy on the airfield. And we're going for another head-on here. A little bit higher. We're getting hits. Full spread on his engine. He should be dead as well. And we actually did get him, as you can see here. 4 kills again. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now the plane is enjoyable to fly. I pretty much like all the BF 109s, but I have to say this thing does have some limitations compared to the other planes that it fights against. The plane was downgraded to 5.3 and that is really necessary, but still you get up tiered a lot, and around this battle rating you have a lot of powerful planes with a lot of good stats and a lot of firepower. This plane has one 20mm or 30mm and two 13mm. Enough firepower to bring any plane down, of course. No, I'm not complaining. If you're aiming right, you'll shoot them down. But still, it's a little bit lackluster compared to some of the competition, I have to say. Still, the plane is a great climber, has a good web, very powerful, has good acceleration. It has a big engine in a very light frame, so that is pretty good. The plane is an energy fighter and a boom and zoomer, which you gotta use in that role. The plane has decent maneuverability, although the roll rate can be a little bit touch and go. But like I said, apparently a little bit of rudder can help now and then in the roll rate. I'll have to test that out myself, I haven't tested it yet. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.